Hello guys, what is up? It's Bloomer here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys one of the top 3 easiest ways and the only ways that I know of to transport villagers in Minecraft. This is pretty useful for the video I made yesterday on how to make an iron farm. If you're going to be making that iron farm in survival, you're going to need to know how to transport the villagers. And if you're new to my channel, please leave a subscription and leave a like as well, and comment below, let me know what you guys think, and let's get started. Alright guys, so one of the easiest ways, but also kind of the most expensive ways in my opinion, is using the minecart as well as railroad. You can also use a boat as well, but it's pretty risky. It's kind of hard. You can only travel on flat land with the villager. So I'm actually going to be going into 4 different ways. So this is the first way. This is the easiest, but as you can see, you cannot go up. So once you're down, you pretty much can't go up. So you're going to need a railroad system, or my next 2 methods as well to do this. But anyways, in order to actually do the railroad system, you're going to want to place the minecart trail underneath the villager first, in order for you to even place the minecart, and that's when you can actually place the minecart underneath the villager. And for these villagers to even travel on minecarts, they're pretty hard to push. They're kind of bigger mobs basically. You're gonna need power rails definitely to go uphill, and basically you can push them if you're low on gold. You can push them across rails, but you're gonna need power rails to go uphill, because it is kind of hard to push them uphill. We can try here. I doubt we could do it without a powered rail. We will test it here. Yeah, he's more than likely he's gonna pass through you on his way down. Actually, it might. Okay, it does work. So if you are low on gold, you can basically just use iron rails as well. And now that I know that I'm going to be doing that, I had to make a bunch of powered rails to even make my iron golem farm. And now that I know that it wasn't needed, that's very useful. Anyways, for the next one, we're going to be showing you guys this during nighttime. You're going to need beds for this. And when you're in a village, you're going to need to destroy their beds, because that's the only way they are going to come to your bed. Basically, they're going to be you're going to be moving them wherever your bed is that you place. So you're going to need 1 bed at least, unless you're moving multiple villagers. I suggest to only do 1 villager at a time, just to speed things up, because it is only during nighttime. And you also need to control the mobs as well if you're playing on easy mode. Alright, as you can see, he's laying down in the bed now. And basically, you just keep moving the bed, and they will keep following you until basically you reach up to your base or wherever you want to take them to. We can basically pull this villager out of his village. This is one of the easiest methods. Another easy method, but I also suggest not doing it. I don't like this method at all, because you do have to do it at nighttime, and you're risking it becoming day again, especially if you can't set the time in your game. You're risking it becoming day again, and then you're just gonna have to wait another day to even move your villager again. But it's also good that you could use the bed method as well as the rail method. You could do the rail method during the day to save some rails, and then the bed at night, basically saving rails. And then, so pretty much you guys get the gist of how this one's gonna work, how the bed one works. And the next one is kind of hard, but it's honestly my favorite method. It's also very expensive, but it pretty much does the job, and it gets everything done. And so the first thing you're going to actually have to do is go into hard mode. I suggest doing hard mode because we're going to be spawning a zombie villager in the village. And the only way for the zombie villager to actually turn into a zombie villager is hard mode or medium mode, normal mode. Normal mode, it's a 50% chance of a zombie killing a villager for the zombie or the villager to turn into a zombie villager. And in hard mode, it is a 100% chance, and you're not gonna want an iron golem nearby. Alright, so the first part of even getting a zombie villager, as you can see, we see one right there. you're gonna actually need to like set up a sort of trap to actually get the villager turned into a zombie. So when you're doing this in survival, you're more likely on an actual non-flat world, and it's kind of hard to run away from the mobs in survival as well. The skeletons like to mess up your job that you're doing, basically. I want to make sure this zombie villager doesn't kill the villager because he can't turn into a zombie villager again. But basically when I set up traps, I like them to be inside of a house. This villager is not going inside of a house, so we're going to need to find one that's actually inside of a house. You're going to basically need to trap the villager inside the house and then bring the zombie in and then close up the doors to the house. So right here we have 2 villagers, so I'm gonna go ahead and trap him in here. Hopefully that's good enough. You can basically, I'd expand around this, especially if you only have him trapped right at the door. And then you're gonna want to be in survival, obviously, so I'm gonna go into survival so I can actually bring a zombie in here. And then, oh, hopefully we don't die. Alright, so now we have him trapped in there just like I just did. And basically, you're gonna want to destroy the block that basically separates the 2 mobs. And so, as you can see here, he's trying to escape. We're gonna destroy this door. And he's gonna turn into a zombie because he's 100% chance of turning into a zombie villager since we are playing on hard mode. It takes a bit for this to actually work. I'm gonna clear up my inventory here for the next part. So now you can see we have a zombie villager. So for the next part, you're gonna want to turn your villager, well, you're gonna want to transport your villager obviously to wherever you want to go. You can only do this during nighttime again. Actually, I'm pretty sure the zombie villagers stay alive during day. We will try it out. Nope. Do not wait till night or daytime to transport your zombie villager. So he'll pretty much follow you. You're gonna need some armor and swords and all that fun stuff because you're gonna be traveling through the night to wherever your base is, and there's gonna be a lot of mobs attacking you. I had to cross about 1,000 blocks in order to make my villager farm. And this is how I made it. I think this is honestly the best way to do it. But pretty much once you have him wherever you need him, you're going to need some iron bars. You do not necessarily need them, but it is the best way to do it. It's the fastest way to do it. And then you're going to also need some weakness potions. You could also do the tipped arrows as well, or you could have a witch basically do it on them. Or even a creeper exploding on them that has weakness, but that's like a little far go around. But anyways, you're gonna splash it on him and he's gonna start quivering here and shaking. I think you need to give him a golden apple as well first before he starts doing the quiver. Alright, he's shaking as you can see here. Pretty much you're supposed to get him trapped. When I did this, he was not trapped. Or he was trapped right away. So I suggest doing this in like an enclosed area because he's trying to escape for some reason. But the more iron bars you place, the faster he actually goes into the effect. Oh, we almost had him. There we go. Alright, there we go. So now the more iron bars you place, the faster he's going to be doing this. As you can see, he's shaking a lot. And that's basically the effects working on him. You need to do the splash potion of weakness and then the golden apple. And then it should be working here. And he'll turn into a villager. I'm going to bar him up though so the mobs don't kill him when he's in the villager. And iron bars aren't really that expensive. That's pretty much like this potion of weakness and the golden apple and the iron bars are really the only expensive things needed for this. It is kind of expensive to do, but I honestly think it is way better than the railroad system, especially if you're going for a far distance. And then versus the bed as well if you're going for a far distance. If it's a pretty short distance, definitely suggest using the bed method or the railroad method because those are easy for shorter distances. Alright guys, so as you can see, he finally just turned into a villager, and we got the achievement Zombie Doctor. Pretty much that is it for this tutorial. For the zombie villagers, also a quick tip is to make sure it isn't daytime at all when you are transporting them. As I said earlier, they will despawn, and as well as making sure you're doing this in an enclosed area. In case it does become daytime outside, you're going to want to keep this villager inside while he's going into the cure effect, because that will basically keep the zombie villager from dying. And also some quick tips as well to avoid the zombie villager from despawning. I actually died when I was transporting my zombie villager, and somehow he still stayed alive. But there's also rumors out there that a 16 by 16 area away from the zombie villager, he might despawn as well. But also logging off next to the zombie villager, he won't despawn. I'm not sure if this affects it if it's daytime on your server. If you're playing on a server, if he will despawn if it's during the day. But anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this tutorial. And please leave a like on this video, and I will see you guys later.